Alright, hey, Hayes Omega here, and welcome to another Hayes Omega show and tell video on this guy, alright? Motion Pro Shock Spanner Punch, okay? Well, that's what this guy is. I know, most people just probably use a screwdriver to knock it out, knock the collars over. Okay, so what this tool is for adjusting your preload on your bike, alright? More specifically, the rear shock on a motorcycle, okay? Most motorcycles, some of them don't have the collars, all right, but this bike does, all right. So we're gonna go try it out today on this bike. That's the reason I bought this, so I could work on rear shocks. All right, Hayes Omega's been doing a lot of suspension work lately. I do my own suspension work to save me money, all right, and to keep my suspension working at tip-top shape, all right. So one of the things that you do kind of often on a motorcycle is you adjust the preload, all right. You want to adjust it for, how much weight, or your rider weight, or if you're going to change the weight or suspension geometry, anything on the bike, then you got to readjust the preload, okay? Okay, reason being, you want the stroke, all right, to be kind of like in the middle, all right? You don't want to be too high or too low, all right? Because you'll either top out or you'll bottom out, right? So you kind of want it in the kind of, well, 1/3 is what they say, right? Or 20 to 30% sag. Alright, but anyway, so to help do that, you could use this tool, okay? So there's kind of two ways. There's actually like three ways. There's multiple ways you can adjust the collars, alright guys. You can either use a screwdriver and hit, alright, bang it with a hammer, alright? Or you could use something like this, alright, that was designed just to do that task, okay? So to help loosen the collars or tighten the collars, you can use a tool and just hit it with something, all right? And most people use screwdriver, all right? Screwdriver. The only problem with using a screwdriver is you'll mess up your screwdriver, and two, you can mess up the purchase, all right? They'll get all marred up and stuff. All right. Well, this was designed to not mar up your purchase, okay? It may mar it up a little bit, but it's got a little brass tip on it. All right, check it out. It's got a little brass tip on it, and then you can hit the handle here with a hammer and stuff, right? It was designed to do just this task, okay, guys? The other way to adjust preload is to use a spanner wrench, all right? And sometimes you can't always get a spanner wrench in there because it's in a tight place. So I'm gonna say, or you can just rotate the spring, all right? But that'll only get you so far. Once the spring is like so tight, it won't move anymore, okay, guys? So that's why I bought this thing, all right? I'm tired of messing up my purchase and my screwdrivers and stuff. I figure I buy the proper tool, okay? I got this for 20 bucks from Rocky Mountain ATV MC. I will put a link in the description where you can find these guys, all right? Maybe like on Amazon and Rocky Mountain, okay? But I'm gonna go give a demonstration, and then that'll be the end of the show and tell video. So let's go take a closer look at it before we use it, all right? Alright, there it is, guys. So we can read the label here. Alright, it's a Motion Pro Shock Spanner Punch, okay? It's perfect for turning hard to reach lock and preload rings on rear shock, okay? Its angled brass tip gives secure contact and protects ring from damage. All right, so that's the main reason I bought it. I didn't want to damage my the collars, okay? Non-replaceable extra length brass tip can be filed down to reshape tip, okay? So once the tip is kind of gone on this, then it's time to throw it away. That's what they're saying, right? You can't replace the tip, but it's kind of long, and you can file it down and stuff if it gets dull, okay? All right, and yeah, so it has the brass tip, so it's a softer metal than what the collars are made out of. So your chances of damaging the collars are less, all right, than with using a screwdriver, right? Okay, and it's made by Motion Pro. I think there's other companies that sell very similar tool, as I want to say, but I wanted to try this Motion Pro one. All right, and it was $20 from Rocky Mountain ATV MC. All right. It's got a nice blue handle. There's a hole right here, so you can hang it up somewhere. That's pretty nice. It's probably magnetic too, so you could this part's probably magnetic, so you can use a magnet to put it there. The handle's pretty big, enough to get my digits on it. All right, and then some, is what I'm gonna say. Probably you can get 7 fingers on this bad boy. All right, so the way you're gonna want to use this is you're just gonna hold it and you're gonna put it on the collar and you're gonna whap it with a hammer. All right, guys, so you'll need to use this in conjunction with another tool, guys. All right, so I will go demonstrate because I have to go take the shock off this spike right here, right? KLX 170. I'm rebuilding the shock on this, so that's why I bought this guy, okay? All right. Okay, so before we get started, these are the tools you're gonna need to use this. So I highly recommend that you wear safety glasses when you use this tool, all right? Because pieces of metal could go flying places, and anytime you use a hammer, you know, especially against metal objects, you want to wear safety glasses, okay? So put those on right now. All right, and then hammer, obviously, okay? This is just a Central Forge hammer I got from Harbor Freight, okay? You could use any hammer you want. You could probably use a dead blow hammer, but I think the most effective with this guy is just a regular steel hammer, okay? Okay, so there's the shock, all right? I'm not gonna lie, so the reason I'm need to use this tool is to loosen the perches, okay, the collars. So I want to loosen the spring before I take it off of the bike, since it's already attached to the bike, and then I need to remove the spring so we can service the shock, okay, guys? So before I take it out, I'm going to loosen it, all right? So it makes it easier to take it apart. All right, so I've already got the airbox and everything out, all right? You can probably use this with all the stuff in there. That's the reason you would use this tool, all right? Because you couldn't get the spanner wrench in there, all right? But I'm not gonna lie, I could pretty easily get a spanner wrench in there. But I'll show you how it works, all right? So I wanna loosen the collar. So you wanna turn this counterclockwise when you're looking down on it. So I wanna hit it in this direction right here. So we wanna get the tip right in there, and then we want to whack it really good, okay? So this thing is massive, dude. Okay, so I just want to whap it with the hammer. Okay, it is kind of marring it up just a tiny bit, all right? Oh, there we go. Now, yeah, you gotta put a little more elbow grease into it, man. All right, and it should be loose now. I can do it by hand. All right, if it wasn't so hard to move. Okay. Okay, and that's, I think this is the most useful thing about this is to actually, you know, break the collar, all right, loose like this, or to tighten it, all right. Once you can get, because you can apply like a blunt force to it, you know. All right, and hopefully it's not marring it too bad. Alright, so there's the tool. See, you can see how soft the tool is. It definitely marks it up pretty good. So I guess they're saying like when it wears out a lot, you can shave it down so it's sharp again. I guess you can use it at different angles too. I use it at the flat part like that so it doesn't slip. Alright, but it's nice that it's soft so it doesn't slip. Okay. Now I'm using it at like a 90-degree angle. It's kind of harder to use that way. Okay. Hopefully I can get to the collar now. All right, there we go. That's better. Probably I should have put some WD-40 on it before I started, but there we go. It's loose now, okay? So I'm gonna get that loosened all the way. Yeah, the collar threads are kind of dirty. That's good. You're cleaning the threads as we're okay, now it's nice and smooth. All right, so now we're gonna go loosen the actual. So that was the locking that's the locking collar, guys. That's just to prevent this from spinning. Now we're gonna actually hit this bad boy and loosen the spring itself. Okay, so and like I mentioned, we're trying to go counterclockwise to loosen. If we're gonna tighten, we just hit it the other direction, right, guys? Okay, so you can get it in there pretty good. You can use it at a variety of angles. Okay. It's in there pretty good. All right, I haven't missed yet. It shouldn't mar up the spring too. If I was to use a screwdriver, there'll probably be marks all over the place, right? How long this tool will you can use this tool, I don't know, man. I think for 20 bucks, it's kind of worth it. There might be other applications you can use for it. Boy, I am marking that crap. I am marking it up a lot, the tool. Okay, there's a little. Oops. Okay, I'm hitting the spring. Don't want to hit the spring. Okay, and as you go along, it should get easier while you're tightening it. Wow, that is on there tight, guys. Okay, you can get it from different angles. Like when we try to hit it from this angle right here. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of a workout. Yeah, you know what, I'm not gonna lie, you should probably be using ear protection because my ears are it's kind of hurting my ears a little bit. Okay, so you guys get the picture, right? Look, I'll probably get my spatter wrenches out now. But yeah, so I was able to loosen it a good ways, so. Alright, it's still pretty tight. I just still gotta keep on working at it. So, all that whacking we did this, guys. Okay, all that whacking we did this. Okay? Yeah, it messed the tip up pretty good. Okay, but the good thing is you can file it down, and it's soft. So you want it to dig in so it doesn't slip off so easily. And you can take a look at the collar itself. You can see it didn't mar it up too bad, a little bit. Okay, this top one looks pretty good shape. Okay, but yeah, I feel that the most useful thing about this is to lock the collars. All right, so you can give it like a good amount of torque, you know, and to break the collar loose. Okay, to lock it and break it loose, and then after that, if you can get another tool in there, maybe you want to use it. All right, but there you go. Okay, yeah. So that's the Motion Pro Shock Spanner Punch. All right, here it says Shock Punch 08-0483. That's the part number for this from Motion Pro. Okay, there's a Motion Pro logo. Okay, cool deal. Thanks for watching. Hayes out. Okay, yeah. So also, I suggest you wear ear pro. All right, ear protection. And the gloves, all right, because I can feel my hand is starting to go numb, and my ears are starting to complain about how loud it is when you're banging this thing, all right. So it makes a lot of noise, all right. But I think the biggest advantage of this is you can get into tight spaces that you can't get a spanner wrench into, all right. So it's kind of like a last resort type of tool, all right. Yeah, preferably you probably want to use a spanner wrench, but that's only if you can get to it, all right, guys. And when it gets harder to move, then yeah, this would help, all right? Okay,